everyone, it's Nadia from LiaDia Designs, and I have an exciting video for you guys today. We're testing out something new. So we're going to kind of speed run through the setup so that we can get to the fun part. So I have this wooden hoop, which I'm painting black, which is going to act as a frame for us today. So I'm just using acrylic paint to quickly get that painted up. It's on the top and on the inside I'm focusing on. And then I'm going to now hot glue this down to a piece of acetate. We're going to kind of make our own little mold with this today. So as you can see, once you get that glued in, we have our hoop all with a solid acetate base. Wish me luck that this comes off later. Anyway, so now that we have our little mold, I'm using art resin today as our resin for this piece. So I mixed up about 3 ounces. So that's obviously 2-part epoxy, so half and half. So 3 ounces of resin here to pour in my base. I didn't actually end up pouring the full 3 ounces. I think I only poured 2, and it still ended up being a little bit too much for what I needed for this point for the base, because I'm smoothing this out. I just need a thin layer to attach something or to set something into it. So it's a big mystery, but you're going to see it in a couple seconds here. So we're getting all that smoothed out, and we're also going to get our heat gun and just kind of get all those bubbles out of there. There wasn't really a lot of bubbles, but just in case there were, we're going to hit our heat gun out there to get rid of them. And here is the piece that we're setting into it. It is a tropical waterfall. It is a piece of cut acrylic, and isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, I'm in love with it. So I set this in, and as I said, it was a little bit too much resin because we want to make sure that it's set in the resin, but we don't want to be fully submerged because we're going to be painting inside all the little areas. So we need a little bit of room for that as well. So we just want the resin to just kind of hold it in place and then, but not be completely flooding the design. So once we get that in there, we're going to let that cure overnight, and we'll be back in the morning to start painting. All right, so it's probably been about 7 or 8 hours now since I poured the art resin as our base here, and it's looking pretty great. Look at it. It's because it's such a thin layer, it's not fully, hardened right now. Like, it's mostly cured, but it's kind of like a soft cure. Like, I can, if I press my nail into the resin, it'll dent it slightly. So obviously, later today it'll harden up really nicely, but for now it's definitely cured enough that we can use it. For that reason though, I'm not going to be taking the acetate or the hot glue off yet. We'll wait for it to get that full hardened cure before we take it off. You probably noticed, if I didn't mention it before, that I didn't paint the sides. That's just because I knew I was going to be putting the hot glue, and that it might have actually, when I'm trying to take the hot glue off, it might have damaged the paint. So we'll touch that up later. But anyway, so you can see the art resin, it cured beautifully, nice and clear. So anyway, so this is what we have. Now I want to add some color to this, and there's a couple ways I can do it. One, if you wanted to use resin, you definitely could. You could just mix up some small batches of art resin and make them into the colors that you want, and then you could use a paintbrush or these little pipette things to fill in the areas. If you don't want to go with the resin route for filling in the color, I do have options for paints, and that's what I'm going to be using today. I do have a couple of videos out there showing, I have about 3 or 4 different options that I use for painting on resin. So you can definitely go check out one of those videos. I'll link them in the description below. Today I'm going to be using glass paints. So I'm going to be using these guys here, the Pebeo Vitriol. This is Coral Salmon. I don't know if I'm using this color. I'm just showing the color, but these are glass paints. They're meant for stained glass, like painting on glass, and it works just as well on resin. So like I said, this is the one I'm using today, but if you do want to see my other options, like I said, link, it will be below. So anyway, so this is what we're working with now. And I do want to put a piece of paper under here so that you guys can get a better view of what we're working with for colors. So there we go. All right, so let me get some colors together and we'll get started. I'm going to do quite a bright tropical palette, I think. So we picked some really pretty bright colors here. I might do some other things like glitter or other stuff in between as well, but I haven't decided yet. So we're just going to get started. So let's start with some green, because I know that's probably the one I'm the most sure about. I might use a couple different greens, but anyways, oh, so this one again, so I'm using the Pebeo vitriol paints, glass paints. This is apple green. So it's a really pretty green. So again, you could do this with resin, but again, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I really like using glass paints or just paints in general to do my designs on resin, because it gives me a little bit more time. I as much as you could do the same thing with resin, I don't like the time pressure of needing to, you know, hurry up and make sure everything gets poured and into where it belongs by the time, you know, the resin starts to cure. So I have done it in the past, and I don't know, I just don't like the pressure of it. So I prefer painting. So this way it gives me kind of unlimited time to do things. Well, within reason, of course. And I could also, you know, start and stop as needed and things like that. So that's just more of a personal preference. So we can kind of see what's happening here. So you can see the transparency of the glass paint, and that's its purpose. So it gives a nice vibrant color, but yet it still will hold its transparency, which I really like. So, and that's really the look I'm going for on this piece here. So we have that. I am going to consider using some other greens as well. I do have like some other ones. So this one's more of a teal, kind of an aqua. So this is called Lagoon. And I actually might also just put a few dots of this color in with that one, just to kind of give it a little bit of variation in the paint. So there we go. All of our leaves, I think, are good. I think I caught them all. And so now we're going to do the hibiscus. I think I'm going to do these two colors and kind of blend them a little bit. So we have this is fuchsia pink, and we have the coral that I showed earlier. So I think we're going to use both of these. So I think that's going to look pretty cute, actually. Some pink and then some coral. We'll just kind of let those do their thing. I'll do this one. I'll probably do this one too. I might flip the colors on this one just to see how it looks different, and then we'll be back. Now let's do some water. So for here we have our waterfall. We have these little kind of foamy bits, like when the waterfall comes down and it hits the other, you know, hits more water and then it has little foamy bits. So we have that, and then we have kind of the water in front here. Then we have some stone, and then we have a bit of sky. So I'm going to do something similar that we did here for the water, because I do want the water to be shimmery. So I'm going to be using this one here. This is the cyan blue. I'm not sure if I'm going to use any of the other colors yet. I might just use this one. I am going to mix it with, again, the mica powder to give it a shimmer. So I'll do that, get that done, and we'll be back. So all we have left really are the rocks and then the background here. So what I was thinking is maybe do a little bit of something sparkly. So what I have are these brand new glitters from Laura's art store. And these are the fantasy line. So there's one, oh, down here. There's one called Silver and there's one called Ballet Slipper. There's a whole bunch. There's a few more I have as well. But I thought these two would work potentially well for kind of a rock kind of a look. Now I couldn't decide which one would look better on the piece, so I mixed them. Yeah, so I have both of them here. So I think that kind of makes an interesting color because it's a little bit of both. And this way it's not too bright. It actually kind of calms both of the colors down. So I think that's going to give us a really pretty look for our rocks. So there we go. So I think that looks pretty good. All right, I love this design. I think it's tropical and fun and bright and colorful, all the things that I love. And we've got some glitter in there, so it's actually working out really well. All right, so this is going to take probably a majority of the day to dry. Usually I leave it overnight, but I will see if I give it about 8 hours. It's only about 11 o'clock in the morning right now. So I'll give it the day to dry and then we'll see. And then once it's dry, then we'll be able to go in and do a top coat. I also have an idea of what I want to do around the edges here, but we will see that in a bit. Okay, I'm back. So I decided what I want to do for the border. I've been kind of looking at it, going back and forth and trying to figure it out. I want to add a texture, I think, to the border. So what I decided to do is I have these shells here and I'm just going to basically just put a little bit of the, in this case, I'm going to be using the gloss varnish as kind of a glue, but you could also use the same lightning medium if you're using that for this piece. And just to kind of put a quick layer of that down, and then I'm just going to take the shells and put them on. Okay guys, it's been a couple hours. It's not fully dry yet, but it's dry enough that I can mess with it. So I'm sitting here looking at it and trying to mess with it. So I was mentioning earlier that the resin is still a little bit soft, like it's a little, because it hasn't been 24 hours yet. And I think with art resin, you want to wait, if you want to do techniques like this, you should be waiting like the full 24 hours before you are able to get that hard cure so that you can actually peel this acetate off that I put on. So the acetate doesn't want to come off right now, even though I'm really kind of trying to get it off. So you might be able to see here that like I was able, it does come off, obviously, like you can see I was able to get some of it off. So I think once it's fully hard cured, I'll be able to do that, but I'm just being super impatient right now. I mean, even if this acetate doesn't end up coming off, I'm okay with it because it's clear. So it's not really hurting anything. I have done this technique before with fully cured resin and it does work. I know, like I know the acetate will come off from the resin. I'm being impatient. So it's not an issue with the resin or anything like that. It's just an issue with me and my patience. So I want to see what it looks like without all this stuff attached to it. So really all I'm doing is taking the knife and cutting the glue off. So it comes off pretty easily. All the edges all cleaned up. The glue's all removed. In the meantime, I want to quickly, since we're waiting for things to dry anyway, I figured I might as well just quickly paint these edges. So again, I'm just using basic, literally basics, acrylic paint. So just black acrylic paint to do the edges here. Once all this is dry, we'll give it a layer of resin top coat. I don't think I'm going to fill it all the way. I think I'll just do it enough so that we get a nice flat surface on this, but not necessarily fill the entire frame because you can see it is quite deep still. I don't think we need to put that much resin in there to get the look that we're looking for. I think it'll actually look nice with the frame and then the resin on the inside being slightly lower. So, but we'll see how it goes when we get there. All right, so it's finally time to add our resin top coat. So here I am mixing 3 ounces once again of the art resin. And I really feel like art resin was the right choice for this project because over the years I've tried a bunch of different types of resins, and I find that every resin kind of has its own perfect purpose or perfect project. And this one I feel really was the right choice for this one. I find art resin is best for display pieces or like wall art and things like that because it just goes on so smooth. It's bubble free for the most part. Any bubbles that there are, they are popped super easy with just a torch or probably even a spray of isopropyl alcohol, and it cures beautifully to a nice shiny finish. So I really feel like it's a great choice for wall art and display pieces like this one here. So once we're done with the just the pouring of it, I went really slowly here just to kind of get in all the grooves and make sure that didn't really miss any spots. And then I'm going to go over it with my torch once again to kind of get rid of any lingering bubbles. So after this, I let it cure overnight once again. And then you'll see in a moment how great it looked this morning when I went to look at it. And I actually also brought it to a window so that I could see what it looks like with the sunlight going through it, because of course the beauty of stained glass is seeing how that looks with the light behind it. And I think this just turned out perfectly. I'm so happy with how this project turned out, and I really love this acrylic design. This is actually something I designed and made in terms of the acrylic. So I have a laser cutter now, and I'm actually going to be making designs like this to make it a lot easier for anyone who wants to make stained glass designs. So if you want to learn more about that, please go check out my website. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you'd like to see more of this type of content, feel free to subscribe or even join membership. Thanks guys. See you next time. Bye.